Hey, what's going on, everybody? Listen, I have a quick question for you. Have you ever been at a place in your life where it feels like you're doing everything right, or you believe that you're doing everything right, and it just seems like no matter what you do, nothing is breaking through for you, right? Nothing is happening. I mean, you hear move left and nothing has happened. Then you hear move right and nothing has happened, or you hear stand still and nothing is happening. If you can relate to what I'm talking about, then I believe that what I'm getting ready to share with you is going to change your perspective on what's actually happening. So years ago, a individual who I respect a great deal, he called me one day, and I guess I can probably say he knows me well enough to know that I was holding back on some things, just in mere conversation, and he shared something with me, and I've heard it before, but the way he brought it to my attention, it absolutely changed everything for me. And he said, Mike, have you ever taken a bag of popcorn, put it in the microwave, and although you see it popping, just from instinct, you have a tendency sometimes to open the microwave door and look inside to see if the bag has been popped yet? And when he said that, I'm sitting here and I'm like, what does a bag of popcorn have to do with my life and what I'm going through? And so I asked the question, obviously, what does a bag of popcorn have to do with my life and what I'm going through? And he said, Mike, you're like this bag of popcorn where your ability to pop and fulfill your maximum potential is there. But what happens is the more you open the door to the microwave just to see if the bag has popped, you're putting a cap on its potential. And he said, you start something and then you stop. You start and you stop. You start and you stop. And I thought about that. And I said, man, he's right. I start and I stop. I start and I stop. And so I want to share a couple things with you that I believe so many people are in this place in their life right now where they're expecting things to happen. But like that bag of microwave popcorn, you keep opening up the door and you close it again. You open up the door and then you close it again. You open up the door and you close it again. And you're expecting to get a full blown bag of popcorn. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and tell you that as long as you continue to open the door of the microwave and close the door and open the door and close the door and open the door and close the door, you will never get a full bag of popcorn. In your own life, you will never get the full blown bag of popcorn in your life, maximum potential, if you continue to start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. See what you're doing when you do that. And I had to realize this for myself. What I was doing and what you're doing when you do that is you are putting a cap on your potential. You are literally taking what could be and you're stifling it by convincing yourself that it's not possible for you. So there was a couple things that I had to do, and I'm going to share this with you real quick because I understand that your time is valuable, but I really want you to hear my heart. The first thing that you have to do in order to stop this start, stop is number one, you have to remain a student. Never get to the place in your life where you think that you know it all. Here's the thing. Here's the philosophy that I live by. What you know is what you know, but what you know is not all that there is to know. And so I want to share that same advice with you. You've learned some things, but the things that you've learned is not all that there is to learn. So take this moment that you're going through, take this season that you're going through in your life where it seems like nothing is breaking through for you. And I want you to become intentional about remaining a student. A student is always in a place where he or she is ready to learn more. They're ready to take what they've learned, and they're ready to compound that and learn even more. However, the challenge is, and this was a trap that I fell into, is that when you remain a student, you have to be mindful of falling into the trap of information overload. And what does that mean? You take the information that you're learning on a consistent basis, but you do nothing with it, and you're expecting to get results. It doesn't happen that way. It does not happen that way. And that leads me to my second point. As you remain a student and as you take this information, it does nothing for you to just house the information. You have to do something with it. So you have to take action. Take action on what you're learning on a consistent basis. It does you no good to just store the information up. Now, don't misunderstand me. There's times when you will get information and you don't necessarily need it right away. But I promise you that at some point in your life, you're going to need this information. So take the information, learn it, remain a student, but then you have to take action on what you're learning. And then here's the third thing. And this changed everything for me. Remember this, all that you know, or what you know is all that you, or what you know is what you know, but all that you know is not all that there is to know. The third thing that you're going to have to do if you're going to get out of this mode of starting and stopping, open up the door, close the door, open up the door, close the door, expecting this full blown bag of popcorn to manifest in your life, is you have to find a mentor. You have to find someone that has the results that you have and seek to be mentored by that individual. But here's the other thing that most people have a hard time doing, and that is submitting to the mentor. What that means is this. Once you find the mentor and he or she gives you direction and give you instructions on how to get from where you are to where you need to be, don't fight that. Do what your mentor is telling you to do. The fact that your mentor tells me, or should tell you, that they have the desired lifestyle or the desired results that you want out of your life. So stop combating what your mentor is telling you, but you have to take what your mentor is telling you or teaching you and apply it. They're there in their lives for a reason, and they're trying to help you get there. So find a mentor that has the results that you want, and you mimic what your mentor has done and what they are doing. Before you know it, this bag of popcorn that you started off with was just a flat bag, will end up being a full-blown bag of popcorn. In other words, you will reach that maximum potential that you are just pleading with God to allow you to see. No longer do you have to live in this world of frustration and mediocrity, because I want you to understand the principle is this. When God created everything, it says that he created the seed with the seed inside of itself. What does that mean? That means that everything that God created, he placed the potential of that thing to be fulfilled, or the purpose of that thing to be fulfilled on the inside of it. And so all you have to do is look within yourself and find that thing that's keeping you hostage. And I'm telling you that 9 times out of 10, it's the fact that you keep opening up the door to this bag and you're expecting to get some different results. Hopefully that made sense to you. Remain a student. Take action on what you learn and find a mentor. Your life will never be the same if you follow those 3 basic principles. I'm telling you right now, things will begin to change for you if you follow those 3 principles on a consistent basis. The grass is truly greener on the other side. And as always, of course, you know, my philosophy in life is this, that when you live in your purpose, there's no such thing as competition. Hopefully that was value added. God bless you. See you on the next video.